Hello, everybody. This is Mr. Tyler's Tuesday podcast, as promised. We have Nate Gill here, who is a former student. And what this podcast is all about is to talk about a new, innovative educational model that I'm bringing to Auburndale, Florida. And it is called the Auburndale Academy Plaza School. Before I start talking about the school and the $10 million campaign, I want to have my sponsor, Nate Gill, tell me a little bit about what he's doing in the community. So Nate, fill us in on what you're doing.
I have a basketball team, minor league pro. We just joined recently the Florida Basketball Association, #1 league in Florida. I don't like politics and sports, so I just thought of an idea of being an owner and just getting my friends together and having more of a brotherhood than more of something so strict and in line and making people uncomfortable. Because when you're comfortable like family, you're gonna win more. You're gonna have more fun. It's gonna be more natural.
And what's the name of your team?
The Dobermans. We're the Dobermans.
Right there. We got it right there. We got some logo work put up there. And as promised, Mr. Tyler Tuesday, the tie is showing off his logo on the tie. And so that's what this podcast is kind of about. I'm Mr. Tyler, and I wore a tie for about 20 years every day as a teacher. And I just wanted to incorporate that into my podcast and just try to bring something new to what's going on in Auburndale. So this concept that we're working on, Nate, it's going to incorporate basketball, of course. And I've been talking with Nate so that we can incorporate his basketball project into this school project. And he's made a lot of connections in the community here, and so we're working together to really make sure that we have a place for kids in the community to have a place to play basketball.
Yeah.
And one of the things that the school is about is providing not only sports place and an educational model where there is the new liberal arts curriculum with STEAM curriculum, but Nate is an entrepreneur. And so he's building this league with a couple other owners. And so what do you think about this school model where the kids get to be entrepreneurs, Nate?
I love it because when I was in school, I had my own ideas like anybody else. So your idea is going to bring that imagination from a kid, because everybody as a kid has a great big imagination. They shoot for the stars. So I like your program because it enhances that. It doesn't tell kids to be quiet. It's more like, okay, what is your idea? Okay, let me see how I can implement that and make that into a business.
Right.
Because I have my experience as a teacher, but you have the idea.
Right. There were times in the last 20 years as a teacher where I'm given a curriculum that I have to give the kids. It's a state mandated curriculum, and they have to take this test. And in order to pass the curriculum or get credit for their curriculum, they had to pass the test. And not every kid is designed for passing a certain test in order to prove that they have value, worth, or that they've listened or learned in that class. There are kids that have not passed, for example, an AP biology test, but I know that they learned something in my AP course, and they appreciated the course, and they took that with them to college. But there's so many kids that go to school, and they leave high school and they go, what do I do next? Exactly. They leave college, what do I do next? So what we're trying to do with the Auburndale Academy Plaza School is give them some business school skills while they're in school. And so we're going to focus on this entrepreneurial aspect in the school where the kids actually design and create and run and work in a business that they create. And I know that a kindergartner is not going to be flipping burgers at their designed business, but a kindergartner could easily grow vegetables and run a little farmer's market one Saturday out of the month to see what it's like to have a smile and to give vegetables to somebody and get $1 or $2 and put them in the register and use that process.
It's the old-fashioned lemonade stands.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And so one of the concepts of the school is that you have a 2-story building, okay? And the school is completely upstairs, and the businesses are downstairs. And so one of the things that people would ask me about, well, is it safe to have a school where the public can come to the stores on the first floor? And Nate and I really hammered this out, because not only is Nate skilled as a basketball coach and a basketball player, but also tell me a little bit about your family's background.
Well, my family business, my dad has been running a security company, Microgard Security Systems. He built it from the ground up. It's his passion. He taught me everything about it. Do cameras, gate systems, alarm systems, anything that has to do with technology that's going to enhance the safety of any person. It's going to make you feel comfortable. It's going to give you peace of mind. You're going to know where your kids are at, what
and the
they're
latest
doing.
technology?
Latest technology is facial recognition, where it'll zoom in, follow whoever's on campus, it'll register them in the computer. You'll be able to, whoever's running the system can go in there and say, okay, I know that guy.
Right.
Or we need to register this guy. Okay,
Right.
this guy is new, but we need to register him in the system.
So complete safety on the campus.
Complete safety.
So that was one of my concerns, how I was going to create that model. And just talking to Nate for 2 minutes, he already answered the question for me. And because of this entrepreneurial thing that I'm talking about to people, I said to Nate, you know, I know that your dad does security systems, but I also want to be able to incorporate security guards on the campus. Just have a presence. So it's okay to have cameras there, but some people don't know if the camera is actually running.
Because technology can always fault out. You got to have the tech guys on the site to make sure you can troubleshoot. That's why you have maintenance guys.
And so I talked to Nate about even starting his own security business. And you said that your brother does something similar to that.
My brother decided to start his own security business where it runs parallel to my dad's, Fit Security Solutions. But he can finance anybody's hopes and dreams for their house, their business. And it's like when you buy a car, $25,000 car, but you have your monthly payment. But it's going to be a lot smaller because the security system is very affordable for anybody who needs one or wants one and wants that safety.
And so we started talking about Nate even venturing out and having our own campus security. This is just, we're trying to spitball and come up with ideas of how we can make it safe for the kids, and that's definitely one of our priorities. Safety on campus is a priority, and we even talked about the point of that the students that go there, they could actually be security guards. If you go to the mall and you see someone driving one of those security vans around the parking lot with the lights and they've got the radio, they don't need to have a gun or pepper spray or anything like that, but they have lights and a radio, that can solve problems. So you have 2 seniors in high school can be your eyes and ears on the ground, and people, when they see someone there doing that, they feel safer in the
report it. Communication's key.
So that's one little business that could be at the school. Another situation that could be at the school, Nate, that I like to tell people what a typical day would look like. Okay, your typical day, we were just talking before we put the camera on, your typical day is you go to this one teacher's class, and how did you enjoy that other teacher's class?
It was really boring, and it was like any other class. You just do a lot of book work, and you don't look forward to it. Versus your system, which I've seen firsthand because I was your student, you applied some of that because this is you. It was a lot more fun, and even my friends would talk about it at lunch. We about to go to Mr. Tyler's class. Oh, we're gonna have so much fun. It's the last class. We about to go home. We excited. Versus going to a class in the morning where you're about to fall asleep because you're just reading a book.
So one of the things that I try to do is, over the 20 years of the different professional development that I've been exposed to, one of the things that they say is okay is to let the students talk and have fun for a few minutes in class just to get that energy out. And then the teacher can come in and say, all right, well, let's work together. Or if the teacher is feeling the energy is too high and the kids are not focused at that point, you say, you know what? You guys are going to be able to work together in a group and focus on this information.
Exactly.
So we are going to have a liberal arts curriculum, which is you have your math and you have your science and you have your arts and your history and your foreign language. But I'm also incorporating this business aspect where the students can go in their safe upstairs classrooms and they can go down into the businesses that are downstairs and work for one of the companies that has franchised with us and has agreed to let the students intern at the business. And the student, maybe the first month, they're just a dishwasher or a busboy. But then the next month they get to be a cashier.
Yeah, they learn their trade slowly but surely.
And then the next month they're sitting with the manager and they're helping to order the supplies for that business. And they get to see how the business works from the ground up. So here's a typical day, okay?
Okay.
So your mom is driving you to school.
Yeah.
And mom wants coffee and a muffin, all right? Instead of dropping you off and going to Starbucks for coffee and muffin, she drops you off, and one of your friends who got there a little bit more early than you, he brings over the pre-ordered coffee and muffin that mom likes to have every day.
Yeah.
Or egg white omelet or whatever.
Yeah.
Delivered right to her car. She pays whatever she would have paid at Starbucks, all right? But even a better price because it's our campus coffee store. And so she picks up her muffins, drops the kid off, and then you go to your first period class, which has a hands-on liberal arts approach where we apply this approach that we talked about, where the kids are going to have fun in class, and they're going to be able to use every part of their mind in terms of being able to do artwork, in terms of being able to look at the material. In some cases, they'll watch a video at home, and they'll come in and they'll talk and have a discussion in class. Sometimes the teacher shows a hook video and gets them excited, and they have a debate about what that relates to, as opposed to just reading the book and getting material that way and just being boring. And so you go through your classes and you go to your elective class. All right, your elective class. Maybe this semester you chose to cook and be in one of the restaurants. So in that class, you prepare a food that is healthy, all right? So it's chicken, rice, vegetables, and a lot of times there's a business model now like Blue Apron where the family orders food prepared, and so it arrives at their house and they just cook it, all right? So in this situation, the student puts a couple of these out and they get refrigerated, and people during the workday, a lawyer or somebody, a business person comes and they can grab one of these and eat at the restaurant there, or they can pick it up and say, I'm going to bring this back to the office and now I have my dinner.
Exactly.
All right, students can do that. They can put rice, they can cook the rice, put the rice there. They can take the chicken, and once they're taught how to do this by the chef that works there, and the vegetables, and they work and they put these meal plans together for people to pick up. This is a new business that's out there, and people love it. People hate cooking. All right.
These are skills you can take home with you.
The kid, and yes, the kid can cook for you on the weekend. All right. And so now the kid goes back to class and goes to math or goes to science, and then it's time for the end of the day.
Yeah.
All right. And so what does every kid dread at the end of the day? Before going to bed, what do they dread having to do?
Homework.
Yeah. So I think at our school, we're definitely going to try to incorporate a study hall towards the end of the day so the kids can try to take care of all their homework within that hour period.
Yeah.
Okay? And so they log with the different teachers, the homework that they do, they can go to extra help. All right, the teachers are all available, and boom, when 3:15, 3:30 hits, they go and do their after-school sport, which could be lacrosse, or it could be swimming, or it could be basketball with Nate here.
Yeah.
And so the kids are working out and they're getting their healthy aspect that way. Okay?
Yeah, get all that energy out.
But mom shows up at 4:30 and she doesn't want to just sit and watch the kid play basketball or swim.
Practice ain't over till 5:30.
So what's the mom gonna do? She's gonna go work out in our gym, which is overlooking the pool and the field, so that she can get some exercise in. So now it's a healthy plan for
amazing.
mom.
That's awesome.
So 5:30, she sees the kids jumping out of the pool, getting their towel, and they're ready to meet mom in the designated area. Yeah. And so mom now is tired. So where does she go? She stops at the restaurant where the kid has packaged up a meal already that her own kid, his name is on it, packaged by Nate. And so now mom that knows that Nate put his love into packaging this meal, she takes it home, and that they have a meal already done. All right? Yeah. This is a system that already exists, and we can incorporate that into our school. And so
this I think, is a filter system where you're donating your money back into the school.
Exactly.
And it just keeps on, supporting itself.
Exactly. That's what I want everybody to see.
You support
That's
your family.
What you got it. You figured it out right there. Definitely. Yeah. So it doesn't just stop Monday through Friday. All right. Parents need a place for their kids on the weekends. And so the school is open on the weekends also for example, a swim meet, a basketball tournament. We just had a major, awesome basketball tournament. It was
the
Tracy
TMAC tournament.
McGrady weekend, which was
Yeah.
awesome. The TMAC weekend, I got to see Nate out there play.
Yeah.
And we want to provide community events like that every weekend.
Yeah.
And there's also going to be a stage and a patio area, so like an outdoor mall feel there where you can hang out, and there'll be concerts and music events there, and different robotics competitions and stuff.
Yeah, bring electricity to the town. Get
Yep.
everybody excited about coming to school.
Yes.
Not dreading to come to school. They're excited. They're trying to go to sleep. Be excited like Christmas morning type thing.
Right.
Because you're implementing their ideas.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And so the students can work at these franchise businesses, like either an ice cream parlor. What kid can't scoop ice cream, or a pizza place? But what if the kids decide that they want to design their own business, and they decide that the hottest item is a drone? I don't know if you've ever heard of these things. They're called Flix Bricks.
No.
It's a drone built out of Legos.
Whoa.
All right, it's the new thing, which means that if it's designed to crash, because when my kids, when they got their drone for Christmas, the first thing they did was crash it within 5 minutes. So this Flix Bricks thing, it's designed for kids to crash. So that what they do is they have a little tiny store, a unit next to the franchised Moe's or the Beef O'Brady's or the hair salon. There's a student business right there where they ordered all of the parts, and they help families pick out, and they have competitions where they race these little breakable drones, and they win prizes, and they're totally psyched up. So when the competition's over, you go out and you get a slice of pizza at the school pizza place. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to drive anywhere.
Yeah.
It's all right there.
It's like a college campus.
Yes, it is like a college campus, but it's a K through 12 already there. And if I could add college too, I would. But I don't even know where college is going to be in 25 years. You know, is our colleges all going to be online in 25 years? I don't even know.
We'll start off with the kids are our future and make sure they develop their thoughts so that we're good to go.
So I'm really looking for angel investors. I'm really looking for venture capital investors, people to help out, franchise businesses at the school. It's Auburndale Academy Plaza School, and this is Nate Gill. He is the coach of the Doberman basketball team, and we're trying to work together to get this project off the ground. So if you could please donate to this $10 million campaign, we're going to do some amazing stuff, Nate. We're going to reinvent the American educational system with a STEAM, liberal arts curriculum, and an entrepreneurial school all built into the curriculum for these kids. Thank you so much for coming out.
Proud to be a part of it.
All right, Mr. Tyler's Tuesdays. Check us out every Tuesday. We've got a year to raise the money and get this school started. So this is our first episode. I got Nate here. I'm a former student here. Thank you so much for coming out.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
I really appreciate working with you, and we've got a whole year to do this. So look out for Nate and myself out in the community.
Yep.
Again, Auburndale Academy Plaza School, Entrepreneurs Wanted. And we got Nate's Dobermans right here.
Yeah. Look
All
out
right.
for us.
Thank you, folks.